Hi all, welcome to another episode of our webinar series regarding the new release of our Plauti products. Already the third release this year, so we're halfway, because for this year we planned 6 releases. And today we're going to talk about the R3 release, which was released 2 weeks ago, which contains basically all new audit logging for the routing app and for our restore app. But we have some other great news to share with you. So it's going to be a special day today. Well, short introduction. We are the product owner team. And with me today again is Joshua. Hi everyone. Probably well known already. And my name is Johan van den Hoek. And we both represent the product owner team or are part of the product team. So what's on the agenda for today? We have some nice topics. So we're going to talk about the new Plauti Assign features, where we have an update on the Assignee Summary component. A lot of new features in there. We also have some new controls in the SLA feature, so that you have all kind of controls with settings, how you really want to execute the SLAs. And we improve the routing log, giving you more insight on how records are logged. Are assigned. And then we have some really big news. So it's a really special day today. So bear with us till at least the big news part. After that, we're going to show you the updates on Plauti Verify, where we introduced some new features on the transaction page. And finally, we have the audit logging on the restore app. Also for having more insight on how a restore of a record went, let's say, but also, and I think that's really important over there, is when you did a merge and you have a restore record and you restore it, what actually happened and what is the outcome of your restore. So let us start with Plauti Assign. So what we did is we updated the Assignee Summary page, and the Assignee Summary, for those who don't know, gives you an overview of all your active match groups and all the assignees that are in that group and what their availability is. So whether they are assignable, whether they are out of office or not available because of at capacity, all kind of reasons. And from there you can manage your resource pool. So what we did, basically, we have improved the speed of loading of the page, because when you have a really big enterprise with a lot of match groups and assignees, it was terrible in sense of loading, or terrible, but we had some issues over there, so we really improved it. We also split up the views, so we now have 2 different views in the component. On one hand, it shows you the view from the match group itself, so you can search for a match group and then open it and see all the assignees. On the other hand, we have it by user, where you can see from a user perspective in which groups the user is a member. From both groups, you can manage the activity. Are they active in a group or not? You can even do that in both. So from a user perspective, if he's a member of, let's say, 10 match groups, and he's inactive because he's on leave this week, then you can deactivate the user for all those groups with a single click on a button. And you can also update the working hour schedules. And the working hour schedules is meant for when are they available for assignments, or what are their office hours, or for a certain group they only work from 9 till 11 and another group from 11 till 12. And you can now also in bulk update those records for a user, so you don't have to go through every single working hour schedule. Let me show you how that looks like. So from the Plauti Assign app, when you go to the Assignee Summary, it will load. And here you see that it opens with the first tab, that is by match group. So from here you have the overview of all your match groups. From here you can open it, for example, the B2B Banking Africa, or maybe this one is even a better one, is the North America. I have a little bit more users in here. And from here you see all the users that are part of this group. Whether they are active or not, what the current status is. So are they out of hours because it's already after 3 o'clock for this user, where Michael Johnson is assignable because he's in time zone America, and there it's somewhere between 7 and 3 at this moment. From this page, let me minimize this one. You can edit all working hours for a user. So for these users, we all have the summer schedule enabled, meaning they work from 7 till 3. But let's say that all these users for all these schedules it is updated and they will work from 7 till 4. Then you just can click the bulk edit all working hours. It will display the default value of the template, so from 9 till 5, and then you can update the records. Now, for this example, let's say they work from 10 till 4 on a Monday, and on the Friday on a Tuesday till 6, and Wednesday it's a slow day till 3, and the rest we leave it as it is. And now when I click save, and it will already show me, this will override 9 working hour schedules. So for all users in this group that have that schedule, and as you can now see in bulk, they are updated and they all now have that schedule. So on Monday from 10 till 4 and Tuesday 9 till 6 for all these users. So this way it's more easy to update to manage the working schedules. And you immediately see that also the status now is updated per user, because that means it's not 4 o'clock here yet, so in the schedule, so he can still work. 6, sorry, it's Thursday, it's 5, so till 5.
And it's nice because you used to do this per assignee. You need to change it.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So normally you have to do this per assignee, per match group. So you have to go through this match group, then to Chloe Adams, and then update hers, and then to Michael Johnson, etc. But now you can control it all from here. So this is really, I think, a big step forward. The other view we have is and also in this one we have filters, so you can just search for the group, and it will display that one, and also search for an object. So let's say if you have the opportunity object, you can search for that lead for that object, and it will display all the groups with that based on that object. There is a little bug in it. Does it have any assignees? And you click it, it disappears. That's a known thingy, but we are in the middle of solving that one, and that will be pushed to your orgs ASAP. Then on the by user tab, you have the overview per user. So from here, if I open Chloe, we can see that she is part of 2 match groups for Banking Oceania and for Private Banking North America. Well, the same goes for all the other users. For example, Isabella Muller, she's only part of 1. Also from here we can search for a user. Maybe Mia, I don't know who's of part of multiple groups, but here we see that Chloe is part of these 2 groups, and she's active in both and is assignable. From here, we can deactivate Chloe for both groups. So let's say she's out of office, but she forgot to enable that one. So you don't want any leads to be assigned to her today. Then you can deactivate her. Now she's inactive for both groups. So she also gets the status inactive as assignees. Any new records that come in for leads at this moment will not be assigned to her. And once you activate her again in both groups, then she's assignable again. Just like in the previous component, you first had to go to that group and open that record, and then open her record and then deactivate her. Now you can do it from the user, from here for all groups. Another one that we can do as well is from here, you can edit her active schedule. So this schedule is active. Now, some users might have multiple schedules, like a summer, a fall, or maybe an evening and a morning schedule. The schedule that is active can be edited from here. So it will open that record, and then you can immediately open that record, update it, and as soon as you save it, it will display that information in the component over here. So a really nice feature, I guess, that will really help you in more efficient manage your match groups and the assignees in them. By the way, if there are any questions, please drop them in the Q&A. Joshua is looking at that one, and we will answer them ASAP. Another feature we have built in is the service have improved is the service level agreement. So now it gives you more precise controls over how you want to reassign an SLA when it's not met. In the previous version, we already had the option that you could say, okay, I want to reassign it, but there wasn't a number of reassignments. So basically it could end up in a loop that it, and I had it once myself as well, that I enabled something on a Thursday, and when I came back on Monday morning, that same record was in the queue since Thursday, and that constantly created log records. Well, we improved that one, so now we can set, okay, within that SLA, you can, let's say, only reassign 3 times or so. So we have the first assignment to a user, that one misses it, and then we have another 3 maximum number of assignments once the first one is not being met. At the end, we can also escalate. So we can also now with the new control say, okay, but once the maximum has reached, then basically assign the record to a fallback user, and that user then will get the record assigned. On top of that, we also have enabled a plugin, so that one is available as well. That means that you basically can break out the assignment, the record out of that group. So one of the things you could do is with the plugin is say, okay, once it hits the maximum number of reassignments, then the plugin takes over. It will update the lead record, for example, with some new values. It will set the value use Plauti assigned to true again, so the assignment starts again of that record. Then it matches a different match group because we updated the lead record with new values, and then it gets assigned to any group you want. So that could be an escalation group or a fallback group, something like that. So that gives you full control on how you want to manage your SLA. So how does that look like? So also in the assign setup, we can do it from the service level agreements. We have 2, so I can open this one. And I will click on the edit button. So this one, it is on the lead object. It has a 2-minute SLA expiration, and we enabled the SLA feature. Now let's disenable it. So once I enable it, I can determine a couple of things. First of all, do not skip any assignees, meaning that let's say we have 5 assignees in one group. The first one that gets the record, now he doesn't follow up on time, so it escalates to, or it reassigns to the first SLA user, then the second and the third. But the third one could be that first user again. So we don't punish her, let's say, for not picking up that first time. She can have it later on again. With the other option, we say no, he or she was the initial assignee. He or she never gets that record again. So it goes to the other users. So 3 reassignments, but never to that first one again. So she gets. Yeah,
it's the punished version.
It's a punished version, basically. Yeah, so bye bonus. I think that's the case. But yeah, there was a reason that she missed it. So yeah, let's not assign to her again. The other thing is we can also say skip all previous assignees. So let's say first it goes to me. I miss it. It goes to Josh. Then it never can go back to me, but never to Josh again as well. So no one, never again the same SLA users, because they missed the SLA and they don't get the record anymore. So that's what we can do. Then we can also set the maximum number of reassignments. So we can do a 1 to, this is basically unlimited. And we can say, okay, but if this is mandatory, that if the third reassignment in this case is missed, then it will get assigned to an SLA user. And that can be any user. So that could be your queue user, your reject user, but also any other user, like a manager for this group, who will get the record. At this moment, SLA doesn't look at availability. It just says, when I need escalation, I escalate it. So it assigns it to this user. It will also update the match log. So you could also build some kind of notification in yourself saying if that match log is being created and the fallback user is being assigned to a fallback user, then send that user some kind of notification or whatever to understand, hey, this is an escalated record. It was missed 3 times. Yeah, we have to act upon it. And that's how we deal with it. For the rest, the criteria is still the same, and the logic that hasn't changed. It's more that we have a little bit more of control over how to reassign records. The other feature we improved is the routing log, and this is basically new. This is a whole new display of basically what happened with the record when it was assigned. In the previous version, up to now, we had the match log, but it was not always clear what happened in the background. So we built in this routing log, which displays in this example that it was first it started routing, then it went to a first group, there was no match, someone updated the record with data, that could be an internal or external system, for example, then it was assigned to a group, no one was available, it then ended up in a queue, and then it was assigned, then someone was available and it was assigned to a user, for example. And at that moment we can also see, okay, it was assigned to this group at that moment. At that moment of time, these were the active match rules with values in that group, so that we can understand, okay, why did it not match? It could be the value on the record was this at that moment, but in the match group, on the rules, it had a different value, so that was the reason for a no match. We even have an understanding of the field values, so that we understand from that lead record or case record or whatever, at this moment this field had that value. So that was and it could be that an external system updated the field, but it was triggered too late. Then we can prove with it, or you can prove within the app, but at this moment of time, when the assignment started or the routing started, we had this value in the field. So it makes sense that it didn't match the criteria of the match group.
Very useful.
I think this will really give insight. This is version 0.1 or 1.0, whatever we call it. A new version will come up. We're working on that. We're almost done over there. So that will be part of the R4 that even has more information like which SLA was missed. So in this component, we already see an SLA was missed. But in that time, we will also see what SLA was missed. And also we will see the complete evaluation of the match group. So it will display before it ended up in this match group, which groups did it evaluate and did it find a match or no match, so that we understand, okay, it didn't go to that group because the match rules were had this value at that moment. So much more information in the next version. Then we will, in the next version, we will also have a record page component, so that you can also have the same information on the lead record, on the case record, opportunity record. So you don't have to go through the whole list of all the changes of all the routing logs or the match logs. You can even see it on the on the record page itself. Well, how does it look like the current version? So we have two components, let's say, that we have. It is within the match group and it is within the as a tab in the menu of Plauti Assign. So we have the assign routing log. The match logs are still there, but they are being displayed in the routing log. So that means that, for example, Olivia Parker came in as a lead. She was assigned to the match group Banking North America. And if I open the routing log, we see that the assignment started somewhere here. Next version will also display the date when it started and the time. It was assigned to the Private Banking North America match group, and it ended up in a queue at first because there was no availability probably. Then it was assigned to a user. He or she missed the SLA, so that's the reason we have this warning, and then it got assigned. And then I can open the individual records, let's say. I even have an expand and a collapse all, so display all the information. And then we see the first, in the first routing, it got queued. So it was assigned to the group North America. And this one had these match rules at that moment, and the logic, it was assigned to John Corner. And that's the queue user, because the reason there were no active assignees at that moment. Then afterwards, a little bit later, there was availability. Then it was assigned to Annelies van den Berg. Really nice, but we see that she missed the SLA. And then it was assigned to James Carter. because the reassignment reached, so it was assigned to the fallback user. So that's from that new SLA feature. It was missed one time, and then that SLA we had probably at that moment we had only a one reassignment, and then it says, okay, then I break out of my assignment, and then I go assign the record to the fallback user. So this really displays what happened in my routing. It also displays per moment the field values. Let's say here at the moment that it got in the queue, the rating field was empty, and so it displays the fields that are being used in a match rule somewhere. So rating is used somewhere, but that had no value at that moment. The industry was renewable energy, and country was USA. Another example, I think it was this one. This has a little bit more information. We played around with the data a bit, but what happened, it was assigned to North America. Then it ended up in someone missed the SLA at that moment. Then it was assigned to a user, to James Gardner, really cool. Then someone updated the record, for example, and then ended up in a no match and started the reassignment again. Then it ended up in a no match. Now we can have a look at the field values, because what we see is that someone deleted the value France from the lead, set the use Plauti assigned to true again, so the assignment was triggered again, and then it ended up in a no match. And someone updated again, etc., etc. So this is basically a bit of the information we are displaying. Yeah, that's all available in your org now. So since last week. I don't know if there are any questions, but make use of it. I would say let us know any feedback. So if you missing some information or you would like to extend something, let us know and then we can have a look at it.
Yeah, very cool new stuff for Plauti Assign.
Yeah. It's getting better and better.
Cool.
Nice one. Well, I think it's time for some big news.
Yes, and, for something new, right?
Yeah, I'll hand over to...
Something new is here. So what we did is we have a new app on the App Exchange.
Yeah.
Yes. And what is it? Let's check.
Ta-da.
It's Plauti Context, and that's the MRI scan for your CRM. So basically you can analyze any object, any field, check there the health of your data. Is it good? Does it need some fixing? Do you have some gaps? If yes, you can act upon that. And I think it's time for the video.
Yeah.
Start that one?
Yeah, definitely. There we go.
The challenge behind working with Salesforce? Understanding the data behind it, how good it is, and if you can rely on it. Plauti Context changes that for admins, giving built into Salesforce metadata context, deep data quality analysis, and ongoing monitoring, so you can finally understand the quality of your CRM data and see whether it's truly ready for business. It's like a full-body MRI scan, but for your Salesforce data. Because right now, CRM health is a black box, and admins are stuck playing detective, stitching together exports and ad hoc reports just to see what's going on. Instead of scattered info, Plauti Context gives you one Salesforce native library. For any object or field, you see what it's for, how it's configured and used, and how healthy the data really is. You get over 20 in-org analysis jobs that reveal the true state of your data. Fill rates, duplicate value rate, email regex, future and past dates, orphaned lookups, email and domain patterns, and more. You can run multi-type analysis jobs per object and instantly see which fields you can trust, where the worst data issues live, and whether your Salesforce data is actually ready for day-to-day operations, your next big project, or for AI. Because the biggest risk? It's not what's visible, it's what's hidden in your data. And the best part? Plauti Context runs inside Salesforce. Analysis, documentation, and monitoring all use your existing permissions, avoid external data movement, and make integration much easier. Instead of firefighting, use Plauti Context to get data reliability knowledge. You get clarity on data quality. Data CRM teams can finally trust, and reliable context for AI. Try Plauti Context today, your full-body MRI scan for Salesforce data.
Yes. Awesome, Josh. Wow.
Very cool. Yeah. And so tell a little bit more about it, so you can document your metadata over here. So for a lot of admins, everything is in their head, right? You leave the company, someone else comes in, he needs to get that handover. Now everything there is in Plauti context. So that's one of the things. At the moment, 20 plus analysis for your fields and objects, and hopefully with your feedback as well, we end up with many more analysis to help you out. And actively monitor quality also over time. That's coming soon, so you can see trend analysis, history over time, if your fill rate is dropping or improving, duplicate value rate, patterns for your telephone number or your zip codes, if that's the right pattern. Yeah, all that kind of analysis.
Okay, nice.
And that's,
And then I can track it, but this one, on your fields and objects, is that for the standard fields and objects, or?
Yes, for every custom fields, managed package fields, for custom objects as well. So, yeah.
Everything you have in Salesforce, basically.
Everything you have in Salesforce,
Whoa.
yes. So more context, more confidence for your reporting, for your AI initiatives, for working with your data. Yeah.
Nice. And it is available, eh?
It's available now on the App Exchange. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. You can see here the QR code to scan it and join the webinar at June 9th. We have a special webinar just for Plauti context to see how it is used, what the roadmap is, and very cool stuff to show then. So please join at that webinar.
Nice. Tricky question maybe, but we didn't prepare it, but congrats, by the way, because it's your app, and also for me a bit the first time that I see it as well. So it's really cool, really cool. But the relationship with our other apps, like with data quality solutions, maybe not ours, but data quality in general. What's the connection with these apps?
Yeah, so for example, what I shared just now, the duplicate value rate on the email or the phone, if you see that that's 5 or 10%, then you know that you have a duplicate problem. Maybe you already knew before, but now you have also a number to show, right? Then you can use a deduplicate application like Plauti deduplicate or any other application there. Formatting also, pattern format, if you see that your phone number has a lot of kinds of patterns or your zip codes and you want to standardize it, you go to an application that can format and standardize your data.
Yeah.
Or with Plauti Assign, if you see that your country has a lot of different value distributions, Netherlands, NL, NLD, and you didn't cover all those things in your match rules, then the routing doesn't happen.
No, indeed.
You get insights with this app. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Really cool. Really cool. Now, I would say, please, all of you, go to the App Exchange, see if you can download Plauti Context. It's for free, so you can just use it on your orgs and join Joshua and the team on the and me as well, because I think I have to join as well. What I understood, but said join our webinar on June 9th, and then we're going to show you all the details of this great new app.
Yes.
Awesome. The rest is all a disappointment maybe after this big news, but there's more. So for Plauti Verify, it's basically maybe a small change, but it was requested a lot on the feedback platform. So one of the things is that you have an overview in Plauti Verify in the setup of your transactions, but it didn't display everything, and also it was really hard to scroll through it and to filter on it. So what the team did is they built in the new filters where you can search for the data that you're looking for. Let me show you this one. We had it open over here. So in Plauti Verify in the setup app, if you go to the transactions, you have your transactions. We now have pagination built in so that you can go to a next page to see that data. But over here we have a filter. So in this one, we can add different filters, like what did we use, or which feature it was that we can filter on. Sometimes it's difficult to know which one you want to use. So you can also from here, for example, copy this one and then use it in your filter. That's an option, like email validate. Feature equals email validate. If you save it, then it's filtered on email validation, let's say I only want to have these where the email is correct and recognized as a real person. I can also select on the search, on the status message, can even add more codes, like maybe the, what do we have? The status code equals 314, I guess, or so. Click save, and then I'll have all the credits used on those that match those filters. You can even do some filter logic, like 1 and 2 and 2 or 3, something like that. And then you have more control or more insight, let's say, or a filter on the transactions you want to see. Once you refresh the page or go to another app and go back, then the filter is emptied, so it's not stored, because we don't think that's really necessary at this moment. But for now, I think you can really have more details of the consumption of your credit consumption.
Because it used to show only the last 20 transactions.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, correct. So we only had the last 20 ones, and that wasn't enough. That didn't give enough insight. So now with this one, indeed, you can scroll through all the credits spent.
Okay.
Yeah, good one. So that's basically what we've done for Plauti Verify for this release. And then we have Plauti Restore, and then
So Plauti Restore is where you can, for example, undo merges, restore merges. And what we did now is add some kind of audit logging capabilities in there, so you can see what is captured during a merge, what you want to merge, undo, and which related records are captured. And also when you restore it, you can see which related records got restored, and if there were failures, which one were failed. So you get a little bit of more insights on what is captured at that moment and what you're going to be restoring if you click on restore. Because that's much needed. Otherwise, you're not really sure what's happening, right? What are you restoring?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That kind of thing. So if we click here, for example, on the multi-merge, then it will open up a model, a dialog, where you can see, okay, this is a merge event. I have here two loser records that got merged in the master record. So for example, this is one of the loser records that got merged into the master record. And you can see over here that there was a related case, there was a related contact, and a related opportunity that is now already reparented to the master record. But we track that information in case you want to restore the merge, right? So those related records needs to be restored back to that loser record. If you go to that second tab, you'll see here the other records, because there were three records in this merge event, one master record and two loser records. So here, this is the related records of the second loser record that is tracked. So you see that inside here, and when you restore it, then these related records get restored, reparented back to their original record. And don't forget, if you go to restore setup, please don't forget to track those related records, right? Because I think that's already there. Yeah, that's already the previous one. But if you did not make any changes there previously, please check that out and see if you track those related records. And you can also prioritize them, which one is most important to track. So just in case something goes wrong, then at least the most important ones are reparented. Because it's all inside Salesforce, so that means that you can also hit Salesforce limits. For example, if you track too many related records, you can hit some limits, and then at least the top ones are reparented back.
And also, because if you did a restore, then the restore button is now disabled. So that you can't make a mistake with restoring and restore again.
And we don't remove it also, the whole thing, because you might want to see, hey, we got this restored, why was that, and what got actually restored? Did it restore everything, or was it partially restored? So we keep that information there.
So that's in the settings, in the retention settings. Indeed, after 50,000 restore logs or 15 days old, the ones that are restored are never removed. So the other ones that never got restored disappear after this one, but the ones restored not, because you want to keep your audit log, I guess. So that's basically, I understand. Awesome. Well, that looks great, Josh. and yeah, multi-merge in this case. And it doesn't matter, doesn't matter how many loser records you have, I guess, from PD.
No, I think
restore tracks it all.
restore tracks it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will see it in the multi-merge. You see how many were part of that merge event. Yeah.
And if something goes wrong during the restore, it's also being displayed.
It's also being displayed. Instead of successfully restored, you see that it's partially restored, for example. And you see that also the status afterwards. You see for some, you'll see success. And if it's a failure or partially failure, you will see that there as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you fully understand what the success rate of your restores for merges is and for other restores, like a field update or a deletion.
And hopefully you never have to use it, but in case something goes wrong,
then we have a backup. Some kind of yeah. Okay, thanks. Well, I think that's those were all the changes we did. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section. As always, if you have any input for us for our roadmap, what you would like to see in the app, which things you are missing, please head over to feedback.plauti.com. Let us know your ideas. Other users can vote on it as well. Jos and I regularly look at that feedback platform, and then also when we are working on the roadmap, we look at the one with the most votes. And there are some things that we already added to the backlog and are being picked up soon. So please leave your feedback. Congrats again on the new app, Jos. Maybe all congrats to you as well for having a great new tool. Go check it out on the App Exchange. Join our webinar on June 9th. Thanks for joining, and we hope to see you in the next release version.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
See you on the 9th. Bye.
Bye-bye.